Not too bad, not too bad.
Good, I'm seeing. Well, I'm jumping down for a while.
Hey, I didn't recognise you there. Hey, you alright, man?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing some live. I'm testing out some live streaming.
Okay.
So.
Are you shooting on black? Sorry? Oh no. I should shut up then.
Huh?
If you're live streaming, I should be quiet.
I hope I ain't cut out yet.
Right, the photographers out there, they are news, but they're getting out there already. Oh, right,
It's live streaming, so.
That's excellent. Everything good?
Yeah, man, I can't complain.
Thing, though, you get my best side. There is no good side. Right.
I've been seeing you for what, 2 or 3 months now,
I know. I was down a few weeks back, but about a month I've been down. I just sort of taken a bit of time out. It was getting a bit heavy. Somebody purchased it. And I thought it's time to sort of like step back for a bit. We both looked at dreadful things we all do, not spending money. Yeah, that didn't help. And disillusioned with the whole world. Yeah, but the postcodes weren't paying for quick enough. Probably is.
But I've no doubt that if you're arrested then.
No, this person's going to pick up here. But original was back at the start.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So I don't know whether they've pulled the plane. This is better. Madison Park Street.
Hey, do you know something? I had some stuff to do in St Albans at 10 o'clock. So it was perfect. By the time I finished at past 11, got the train.
You'd go straight down here. How often you get off the train, walk it? We were only here a couple of seconds before you were.
And then
have an arrest happen right in front of you.
Before the protest started.
I think they're turning some way at the station.
I'm confident they'll all be out.
Well, I'm looking on their Facebook, so you've got 3,500 people saying they're going to
Yeah,
when they look out the window, it's cold and foggy. They're not like us.
And you know the funny thing, you know when you see me, I love to be in there.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
We do as well. But
stay away.
To be honest, with this lot, you need to stay down. You don't want to catch whatever shit like that.
I thought, I won't get arrested, I'll put on my mask. They can see what side I'm on.
Can you imagine walking up with a mask and a camera a year ago? What would happen to you? You'd have been arrested. On the floor, you'd be screaming, press all you want, but your ass would be in the back of a van. Look at these ones interested in.
Everyone I come through here this morning at 9 o'clock, they were amassing.
These guys don't play games.
Support unit from the City of London.
But the young guy down there was great. He's probably see the two next. Yeah, I know he goes. Oh, I heard it. Here's one. Yeah, coming over the road. Matt's going to top of the ship. Oh yeah.
He's a copper.
Hey, well, to be fair though, it says you can't really without mask.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
First one I see wearing a Donald Trump mask, I'll give him a fire.
Shall I get it out of your bag now?
That would be funny if we whipped one out. Alright, so I think we're always a long day today. Yeah, that's true. Before you got very young and one of the stars. If you run a perfect contact with I think he's going to. Yeah, like you say, it's going to be a long day and cold.
Yeah. Think of all that overtime.
Oh yeah, hasn't happened yet. It's your tripod that gives us away.
It's discreet, isn't it?
Yeah, and the pap still, you know, we're hanging with you all day, but you're safe. We just look like them with the mask or camera. I think if you don't see that, the guy in the back over there, I know he's news attached to a big agency, but he's getting all gaudy with the police already. Why do you have 4 stars? Oh, it does. It puts us all on this.
Yeah.
And all of us are going and different one day to other Black Lives Matter groups.
Yeah.
The same officers are all of them. And he's saying, alright guys, we do accept the law.
We form those.
Yeah, you have to form an easy alliance.
Yeah.
But you also have to drop to the other side and figure out what's going on. I mean, I've been to places, they're all terrible. Nick Motley, because my life depended on me being on the right side of the car. They just all kicking off out the front. Just really take this up.
Yeah.
Just
of course.
don't keep the same guy here with no one, and there's some riot going on in the other side of the building.
Of course.
But we're not back in 10 o'clock. We're playing with the floor.
Yeah. See you later, Adam. Huh? Anti-mask rally.
Excuse me.
Where is it then?
Sorry, I just checked my mobile, and they originally said King's Cross. They've put an update and said it's been moved to Angel.
I don't believe what that said.
Or it's on their website.
This will do then.
taking photos. Get their numbers, get their badges.
Oh my. He's getting nicked.
Yeah.
there to see what's
Yeah.
occurring.
Anti-lockdown. Anti-lockdown.
Sorry?
Anti-lockdown.
Lockdown.
Must.
Yeah, why are all the police here though?
That is why.
To arrest people.
But what for? What's going on?
You're not supposed to be gathering.
Oh, and there's some gatherings.
I was going to ask this chap here, it's a very professional setup you've got here. For you, how come the police don't tell you to move on?
It's all about how you conduct yourself.
Or unless you're a journalist?
No, I'm not. Well, I do it for roles. I've been doing this for many years, and if I come out here, and if I behave in a certain way, they don't bother me. No?
Oh, I see, because I was chatting to one back there and said, oh, you better move on your journey, you know.
No, it depends on how you...
Anyway, do you put your videos online then?
I'm live streaming now,
Right.
so the world can see.
Excellent.
I have no views on the issue.
No, you're just observing.
I'm a passive observer.
Yeah, well done. Am I being rude if I
No,
say
you're asking a good question. So, can I interview you, sir? Can I ask you a few questions?
Yeah.
No, let's go back a bit. Go back a bit. I just wanna. So, if you look into the camera. So, what's your name, sir?
I'd rather not
No,
say.
just say anything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Jeff.
What do you think about what's going on down here at King's Cross today?
I think it's necessary
Why?
because I think somebody has to stand up against the tyranny of this government, which has gone too far.
But do you not believe the government is doing what is right to try and reduce the number of people gathering due to the pandemic?
No, I don't, because the government is using false statistics from the PCR test, which is well known to be useless.
So how do you know false statistics are being used?
Well, because the PCR test indicates people could have the virus. It doesn't mean they're ill, and many of us would be positive under that test, even though there's nothing wrong with us. So the test is giving figures which are misleading.
So one test is given, in your opinion, false readings.
I do.
Are you also saying that 50,000 people in this country who have died, that's false? I'm being devil's advocate, by the way.
I'm not saying that at all. People have died, as you say, mainly because of government policy in closing the NHS, pushing people into care homes where they couldn't get their treatment. They were ill people with various diseases, mainly elderly, and they unfortunately died, and it was a crime.
What do you think the government needs to do to get everything back to normal?
It needs to stop these lockdowns for a start.
So, in your opinion, from tomorrow, lockdown ends and everyone returns to normal. Is that true?
Everyone should return to as normal as possible, yes.
But what happens to all of those who are vulnerable, who are likely to be inflicted by the pandemic? Would that not mean that the NHS will be overwhelmed and even more people will die?
No, because vulnerable people would take precautions.
For example, what type of precautions are you referring to?
If you're a very vulnerable person, you would probably not mix so much, keep away from people, stay at home more, and be more careful with your cleanliness.
Have you lost anyone during the pandemic due to COVID-19?
No.
I thought so. I have, and many have, sir. And they died of COVID. Who knows how they contracted the disease, the illness, but they passed away. And when you lose someone, you begin to realise that this is real. I'll let it go by. Yeah, when you lose someone, you begin to realise this is real, and we have to do something to try and arrest what is going on. But tell me, are you happy that it's been claimed that a vaccine will soon be available to help people?
Personally, I will not use that vaccine because I don't trust it.
Why don't you trust the possibility of using a vaccine, sir?
Because it's not tested for long enough.
But due to the emergency, is that not the reason why it has not been tested as robustly as it normally would do?
That's the excuse.
But will you take the vaccine long term, or you're not going to take it?
I will see its long-term effects first, but I'd urge anyone to check up on how vaccines work, retroviruses, and their effects on the human body, because there are certain things in the vaccine that are very bad for us and can cause horrible problems.
But what is your qualifications to be able to say these things?
I just read reports from various scientists who dare to question the narrative.
And can I just ask you to confirm where you would obtain your references from?
Yes, I get them online and in books.
Yeah, but online where? Because there's a lot of stuff available online and a lot of stuff is fake. I appreciate that a lot of stuff is good, hence the reason I'm giving you the opportunity to say where you reference your information, just in case. I'm not supporting or rejecting what you're saying, just in case someone wants to also look at what you're suggesting.
I won't make any solid suggestions. I would be cautious on that. One has to look at a lot of stuff, weigh up in your own mind what you think is genuine and what you think is fake. In the end, it's a judgment you have to make, because there's so much information. And it obviously can't all be true. So it is down to each of us to make their own judgment, and it's not up to me to tell anyone what to do.
Finally, sir, my name is Wendell Daniel. I'm coming from StreetMic and we're doing a live stream. Have I given you a fair chance to give answers and to respond to me in an impartial way? Have I been fair on you?
I think you've been very fair.
Is there anything you would like to add, sir, before I close?
No, that's all, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So that was nice and easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Listen, man, everyone has a point of view.
Yeah.
I'm not telling people, but I have to challenge people, sir, for obvious reasons.
No, not at all.
I'm not going to take it on board what everyone says.
As long as it's not a live feed to Scotland Yard, we're all right.
Listen, man, this is live. If Scotland Yard wants to watch what I'm doing, I've got no problem. I'm above board, sir.
Yeah, excellent.
So, no, it's important. You know, just like the name StreetMic, we go onto the streets and you talk to people. It's important that people are given a voice. I may not agree with them, but I'll challenge them, and I like to be devil's advocate.
I do believe in freedom of speech, and we've all got our own opinions,
That's good.
and that's fair enough.
That's good.
But unfortunately, a lot of speech is being silenced now online. But there we are.
Yeah. So,
anyway, excellent. Thank you. I was going to say, I didn't want to be rude, but you remind me of Ainsley Harriott.
Hold on, say that. Say that again. Hold on. I've heard it all before. Hold on, look there. Hold on.
Oh, hello, one last thing. I don't want to be rude, but you do remind me of Ainsley Harriott.
Why do I remind you of Ainsley Harriott? Do you think I can cook?
I think it's your voice sounds very similar.
Do I sound good?
Yeah, you sound excellent.
But thank you very much, but I do wish I had Ainsley Harris's money, and I obviously do not.
We all wish that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, yeah.
Thank you.
Good afternoon all, my name is Wendell Daniel and I'm coming to you live and direct from outside of King's Cross Station. I'll put my mask on where an anti-mask protest and anti-protest is currently taking place, and just behind me we have...
So we're not a mask?
Sir, I'm doing something.
Oh.
Yeah? Can't you see?
Oh.
I'm doing something live, so if you step aside, sir, then I'll speak to you in a few moments.
And I was asking, do you know how to get to Dubai?
To where?
Dubai.
No, I don't. Get on a train.
Sorry.
So that's a man, thinks he's been funny, but he's actually been very silly.
Oh, shut.
So this is Wendell Daniel coming to you live and direct from outside of King's Cross Station. And as you can see, when we are coming live, there are all kind of distractions and all kind of things and people we have to deal with. But today there is an anti-mask protest meant to be taking place, and already I have witnessed a number of arrests, and we are live streaming this to you via Facebook, YouTube, and also via Vimeo. So we're coming to you live and direct from the streets of London, and today we are going to be interviewing people who are participating within this protest down here. And at the moment there are probably more police than people, but the police are all around the area. They are here to uphold the law, and that includes people not gathering in big groups. But as I look around me, I can literally see about 30, 40 police vans. There are hundreds and hundreds of police officers. Even the birds overhead are singing. And let's wait and see as the day progresses. Sir, why don't you come and get interviewed? So the great thing about coming down here is that people want to talk, people want to film, and I'm now being filmed, but I've invited the gentleman to come down and do a direct...
Where this march has happened?
So...
It's because I'm a bit late.
So if you stand there, sir, we have to socially distance. So if you look into the camera,
hello.
I'm currently live streaming. Yeah. So if you look into the camera, yeah. So what's your name, sir?
My name's Paul.
Paul.
I've come a bit late for this march, and
but if you look into the camera,
what happens? What's happened to it?
So
in here,
are you taking part in the anti-mask protest rally?
Yeah.
Not many people have arrived yet.
Oh, really?
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know, because there's been a lot of opposition to the masks and the prospective vaccines, because we do have some real concerns.
But if you look into the camera, look into
We've got
live streaming.
We've got some real concerns about this, you know. I don't know whether you've looked into it yourself, but there's a lot of evidence, for example, that the masks cause irreparable brain damage to children. So that's in the medical record. So we're wondering why the government's terrified everybody. And you can see, if you go where I live in Woolwich, you go about, you see all the children, little children even, wearing these masks. And it's quite horrifying if you know the knowledge. Check it out if you haven't already done so.
But sir, let me ask you a few questions, and I'm being devil's advocate, as I say. My name is Wendell Daniel. Why do you believe the government is lying to people?
But you know, when I was a young fella, we had to believe...
You still are young.
Well, when I was much younger than I am now, we had to believe basically what the government told us. And there wasn't ways of finding out, for example, about medical facts. But now, this marvellous thing, the internet, means that you can actually research yourself and find out what the doctors and scientists are actually saying. So when I say to you, it's in the medical record, according to neurologists, that if you deplete children's oxygen, this will have serious impact on their brain development, and it could be irreparable. And these children are going to be liable for horrible neurological conditions and possible early dementias. That is what is being said by real doctors, Could you tell me, sir, the source of your information on the internet? Well, it's a Dr. Grise Brisson. She's a German neurologist. She's not, as far as I know, getting money from anybody. There's no conflict of interest. And she, if you go on the internet, GRIEZ hyphen BRISSON, for example. But if you just on search engine, perhaps not Google, which is censoring, but on other search engines, if you just put in mask wearing dangers, you'll find lots of testimonies from real doctors, real experts, who are warning that this is a panic measure. It contravenes something called the Nuremberg Code, where you're not supposed to experiment on humans. And so I think that we have valid grounds for challenging what the MPs and the government's doing. And we have a democracy here. Now, for example, my father spent 7 years in the Air Force in the war, fighting for the liberties of this country. And one of these liberties, a fundamental liberty, is to be able to assemble peacefully, and if we don't agree with the government, to protest. And as far as I can see, what they're doing now is totally contrary to the constitution of this country. It's totally contrary to the tradition of the country, and it's offence against all those who've given their lives for our liberties.
Let me ask you a few questions, sir.
Well, I don't know, you see, look, brother, I haven't got all day.
No, but you've made a statement. I'm trying to challenge the statement you have made, because it's part of debate and discussion.
Tell us what you believe.
This
Do you
is
really believe all of this?
Sir, I am here being devil's advocate as a journalist, yeah? So the question I want to ask you, do you believe that 50,000+ people have died as a direct result of COVID-19? So, sir, you are willing to make all kind of allegations.
I've given you 5 minutes. I'm not getting paid.
But I'm willing to stand up and challenge what you're saying.
I'm not getting paid. Research yourself, brother.
I have no need to research. I'm challenging you. Would you like to step up, sir? Are you scared? So, this is me coming to you live and direct from out here down in King's Cross, and a gentleman has just given his point of view, and when being challenged, he is not willing to justify where he's getting all of his information from. But he has a point of view. I may not agree with his point of view, but it's important to challenge what people are saying. He's talking about all of this information is available on the internet. I agree that is true, but what is the source? How reliable is that information? Can it be trusted? These are the questions which I want to ask, and as soon as I start asking those questions, he's disappeared. But as we look around this was meant to be a protest with thousands of people down here, but there's not thousands, there are hundreds probably. There's probably more police down here, but let's wait and see what actually occurs as the day progresses. Where's that down in?
That's what I'm trying to work out. Any ideas? Yeah, I'm trying to work it out.
So I've got a colleague here, he's just showing me some footage of arrests or some this Marble Arch. Ah, that's just down the road. So maybe they're coming down to King's Cross. Let's wait and see. There's not much happening down here. So I've taken my mask off because it's very, or my face covering, because it's very difficult to talk with it on. But as I look around, there are still hundreds of police officers, but not much is actually happening here. But we will continue to live stream as long as something is happening here in King's Cross. But this is Wendell Daniel coming to you live and direct from the streets of London, and I'm just calling over a colleague. Are you? Oh my God. You shouldn't be out here then, should you? Hey Clive, you should be elsewhere, not out here if you were. Huh? You're not on film, are you? I told him to come down.
Throw an address and phone number in there just to make sure he's about it.
This ain't like
What's going on down here today?
the Queen's due.
What, some sort of protest or something?
I don't want to get a fine again, innit?
You are a troublemaker. Are they going, are they?
Need to put someone in there.
Have they got in there one?
I think they start there.
Do you guys know what's going on? Is it safe to go over this thing? What do you know what's going on?
It's just a little protest. The big one's on its way here.
Oh, is it coming up from Cambridge or something?
No, Marble Arch.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
So, good afternoon to the person who's just sent me a message. And what you're saying is that you liked the interview and that it was very challenging. That's what StreetMic does. We go onto the streets and we talk to ordinary people and I'm looking for some more people to interview, and not much is going on, but we're coming to you live and direct from the streets of London, and I'm looking around, and I might go down Marble Arch because it appears as if not much is happening down here at King's Cross. The last time I actually covered an event like this, it was down in Westminster during Extinction Rebellion, and then there was lots of arrests. But it seems like everyone is complying with the necessary rules. But don't forget, if you like StreetMic, give me the thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. So follow StreetMic if you like what I'm doing. If you don't, give me some comments, give me some ideas, tell me what we need to do to improve.